The morning mist was thick, cloaking the dilapidated community center in a veil of cold, damp air. The early light, struggling through the fog, did little to warm the chill that had settled deep into the bones of the survivors gathered there. Tensions, simmering for weeks among the merged groups of survivors, were reaching a critical point. Elena, who had been leading her group through the ravaged landscapes in hopes of reuniting with Ava and Marcus, found herself at a crossroads. The survivors at the community center, led by a stern and pragmatic woman named Cora, had initially welcomed Elena and her companions. However, the alliance was fragile, built on the precarious balance of shared resources and mutual benefit. "This isn't working, Elena," Cora stated sharply during an early morning confrontation. The air was tense, charged with the weight of her words. "Your people are draining our supplies faster than we anticipated. What have they brought to the table? More mouths to feed and fantasies of a far-off haven." Elena, weary yet resolute, tried to bridge the gap. "We knew it would be tough at first," she countered, her voice steady. "But think about the long-term benefits. We have knowledge from the underground facility that could help us all survive." The discussions quickly escalated as accusations flew. One of Cora's men accused a member of Elena's group of stealing food, a grave accusation in a world where every morsel was precious. The charged atmosphere turned the morning's meeting into a powder keg ready to explode. "Perhaps it's time for your group to consider moving on," Cora suggested coldly, her patience worn thin by the continuous strain on their resources. That night, under a blanket of stars, Elena's group made the heavy decision to leave. "We can't stay where we're not wanted," Elena said quietly, the flicker of a lantern casting shadows across her determined face. "We'll continue towards the facility at dawn. It's better to face the unknown than stay and fight amongst ourselves." The departure was somber, with each person silently packing their belongings. As dawn broke, Elena led her group away from the community center, the building that had promised safety but delivered division. They walked into the misty morning, a symbolic start to a new chapter in their journey. The community center, now quiet and empty, stood as a poignant reminder of what could have been, a place of unity and strength. Instead, it remained just another relic of a world struggling to find its way after collapse. As Elena and her group moved forward, the rising sun cast long shadows behind them, a stark contrast to the light that slowly began to illuminate their path. Despite the challenges ahead, there was a palpable sense of hope among them. They were no longer constrained by the tensions of an untenable alliance. They were free to seek a new beginning, to find safety, and perhaps, one day, to rebuild a community based on trust and mutual respect. In a world fraught with dangers, the journey would not be easy. But with each step away from the past conflicts and toward the potential of the facility where Ava and Marcus awaited, the group carried with them a renewed sense of purpose and possibility.